Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Crafting with Bee. If you're new here, welcome. So glad to have you. And if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. So today we are going to do a coffee chat and WIP. Unfortunately, it's going to be an uncoffee one for me because I've actually just got water today. I am trying to drink more water, and actually so far it's going pretty good. But anyway, we're going to do a coffee chat and WIP today, and I will put you over to the other camera in just a minute. And I just wanted to show you this before I do, and I know that look does not look good at all. The lighting in here today is really, really bad. But this top part up here is what I've gotten done. Maybe I can lay it down over here in just a second. Maybe it'll show up a little bit better. But let me go ahead and switch over to the other camera. I have gotten a new webcam, and I'm not really sure how well I like it. Okay, so I'm going to show this to you. See, it does look a lot better in the camera if I do it like this. I haven't got a whole lot more done, but I've got it completely done to about right here. And then I've actually started working on this bottom part down here, just so that I can put it in my other hoop better. I'm trying to get the edges done, and then I will go ahead and go back to the other part. But this cross stitch is from WIP Cross Stitch, and I am really enjoying doing this one. I've got a Siamese cat one that once I finish this one, I'm probably going to start on it. But this is not what we're going to be working on today. We are going to be working on this. I am so close to having this done. It's Little Helpers by Ann Stokes and Diamond Art Club. I really did think that I would have it done by now, but I don't. This webcam that I'm using is a Wamco, I think. I'm not sure. I will go ahead and I will post the link in the description, but I'm not sure how well I like it, especially with the zoom, because it does not want to zoom like I want it to. Let me move this over here and see if I can get it to do it any better. Put it down like that. I'll probably end up having to cut this part out, but let's see. I thought whenever I got this that it would be a lot easier to do my zoom and stuff with. But so far the zoom on this, if it does not have a focus point on it, it won't do it. That's why I have to put my hand in here to zoom it. Well, maybe it was already zoomed in as much as it could be. Okay. Okay, anyway, this part right here is what I am working on. I'm going to move it over just slightly. Trying to get that centered, but it's not wanting to center right. Okay. Maybe that's okay for you? Anyway, I know this is my first coffee chat and whip of the week. I don't like only being able to do one of them a week. But watching the grandkids and everything, that is all I have been able to get my tray over here. I'm using a Bella Arte Nicole tray. Love this tray. Anyway, my weekend at work last weekend was actually a lot slower than I expected it to be, because the week of New Year's, the week after Christmas, I thought it would be a lot busier than what it was. But we actually got out of there really early on New Year's Eve night, or New Year's Day, which I had to work both New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. If it falls on a weekend, I pretty much have to work it, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Hey, that it's not wanting to work right. Anyway, but I think it was like 10 o'clock whenever I left on New Year's Day. And New Year's Eve, it was like 8 o'clock whenever I left. So I had to turn in a few hours for those days. And then Christmas Eve, we left early, which I turned in enough hours to cover that one. So I'll be short a little bit on my paycheck, but not terribly. But last weekend, we really had some drivers that I don't know what it is. A lot of people would say it was a full moon or something, because some of these drivers, for those of y'all who do not know, I work in a receiving office. I check in the drivers who are going to be unloaded at our facility and do all the paperwork and all that, get them ready. Well, there was one driver that came in, and he came up to the window and told us, I have to have this done ASAP. You have to get it done as quickly as possible. Now, mind you, we have all these other appointments of other trucks and everything, and I'm sure all of them would like to be done as quick as possible. Said, I'm trying to save my boss some money because there was another wreck and I've got to go and pick up that other trailer. And I was thinking, that's like 2 hours from here. They're not going to let that sit on in the median of the interstate for that long anyway. You may have to pick it up, but if it's anything like the load that you're carrying, which for a fact I know that it was, because the same guy ended up bringing in the other load that he went back to get the next day, and it was dry product. It wasn't refrigerated, it was dry product. So anyway, he was like, I need to get unloaded ASAP. And I'm like, well, we've got appointments that have to be done at their time and you're actually here, they actually let him in a day early. And then he was throwing a fit about not getting done right away. So told him it would probably at least be 2 hours, which is our typical time to unload and everything. Sometimes they get it done quicker, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but most of the time they stay within that 2-hour range. But he was throwing a fit about that. We got that one taken care of, and he was actually out of there. I think it was like 2.5 hours because we had to get our appointments done that were that day ahead of him and get all that done first to make sure that they were out on time. So we go ahead, everything goes along good, and then I get another driver that's like, I can't unhook. And he said it was because he had had a heart attack. And he couldn't unhook, he couldn't pull the fifth wheel and all that. I completely understand that. And I told him that you have to unhook. We won't be able to unload it unless you're unhooked. But I will get the yard driver to go out there and help you unhook. And I was nice about it and just basically, well, they let me just hand the keys and sit in here and all that all the time. I'm like, well, I can't help this here on this shift. You cannot do that. You have to unhook from the trailer. There has been too many times that a trailer has been pulled out with an unloader actually inside the trailer unloading. And at our facility, there's never been a death, but it has happened some places. And it's just a safety issue. They have to unhook and pull clear. So told him that we could get the yard driver out there, and he kept arguing with me about it. So I called the manager from the dock up there, and she tells him the same thing. He's like, okay, fine. Told him the exact same thing I did, but I guess he just thought since I wasn't a manager that he wouldn't have to unhook. And then whenever he came back in, I asked him, do you need help rehooking to your trailer? He said, oh no, I can hook back up to it, I just can't unhook without help. It's like, okay, that's fine. So we had that, and then there was some other things, some phone calls about appointments wanting to be made or wanting in early, stuff like that we get all the time. But those two, and then there was just little things throughout the night that went like that. It's a good thing that it was a slow night, because whenever we get stuff like that, whenever we're busy, it can really put you behind. But other than that, everything went pretty good. This is another unsticky part of this canvas. Like I said, there's some spots of this canvas that are just not real sticky. And I was thinking it might have been where my grandson pulled the plastic off of this and tore it. And I didn't notice it right away. But I don't think that that plastic was ripped off of the canvas this far up. So like I said, I don't know if it's just because it's an older canvas. My daughter did get this in a D-stash, so. But for the most part, it's been okay. I'll just find little splotches of like 4 or 5 drills that are like that. And at first, I thought it was because I was using this nano tape. Maybe it was too strong. But that was not it, because I tried one of my other pens with just wax in it, and it was doing the same thing. So, but it hasn't been a whole lot of it. It's not to the point that I would just quit working on this canvas. Although I did start on one of my gnome paintings, the gnome painting that I got from, I believe, 7th grade. The one that has the ABs in it. And I might do my whip and chat on that one next time, just because I wanted a round painting to work on. But I am telling you, that one has so much confetti. I've only done like 3 squares of it so far. And I bet that they took me longer to do those 3 squares of it, with it being around, than it has taken me to do. 1 square probably took me about the same amount of time as this one, working on 2 of the squares. So it's not that it's a bad canvas. It's not that the stick is bad. The stick is fine. It's a fine canvas. It's just, it's got so much confetti in it. What else has happened this week? I've had my grandkids most of the week. They just started back to school on Thursday. And then today, of course, we get snow this morning. I've got just a small little video of that. I will post that somewhere in this video showing you. What it looks like today. And I don't think I told y'all, it's about noon right now. But that video, I took it probably about 8:30 this morning. And just, our ground is covered with snow. Although the roads are fine. It's not sticking to the roads or anything, so pretty sure that most of the snow will be gone by tomorrow. It's supposed to get up to 40 degrees later today. And the reason I know about the roads, I probably wouldn't have got out, but my daughter had went ahead and called in to work because of the snow, for one thing. And then her kids, they canceled school today. So she had her kids as well there. And plus she wasn't feeling good yesterday. So they canceled school, so she didn't go into work. And normally she will take my son into work whenever he works. He normally works on Fridays. So I got ready. He had to be there at 11. Told him we'd leave about 10, give us plenty of time to get there. But I had to go get gas first, and luckily I did. Because whenever we were leaving the gas station to take him to work, we were going to stop by Sonic and get something to eat. But whenever I was leaving the gas station, they called him and told him not to come in today. So I'm glad that they called him then and didn't wait until I was already up there, because that's a 20-minute drive. And I was just going to stay up there. I was going to do a WIP and chat on my cross stitch in the van. And I was just going to stay up there and wait on him because I figured with the snow he would probably get out early. Okay, let's see. Gotta find, got my tent one. This painting is turning out really, really pretty. Love this painting. Even though it's past Christmas, I'll probably still hang it up for a little bit, just because I like to display the ones that I've just finished for a little bit anyway. More than likely, it'll take my unicorn's place in the background that you see sometimes in the background behind me. So even though it won't be displayed for long, I will display it for a little bit, and I want to try to figure out. I want to try to do a hanging frame, something like DP Crazy Lady, but I kind of want to try to make mine. See if I can make one the way that I want it, so that I can start doing those myself and just hanging them up either in a closet or somewhere until I want to display them. Because there are so many that I would like to display. I went to see my mom yesterday, and Lexi, my youngest daughter, had gotten her this digital picture frame. And she gave me the app and everything, and I just had to go down there whenever I was down there so I could be added to it, because it gives you a code on the actual picture frame so that you can add pictures to it. So whenever I take pictures and stuff, I can actually add them to my mom's picture frame, and she can see them at the nursing home. So that's pretty neat. Any pictures that I take of the kids, I'll probably automatically go ahead and download them over there so she has them to see. It sounded like somebody was here for a second, but if it is, it's probably just my grandkids. Give me just a second. I'm going to pause this real quick. Still trying to pause. Okay, sorry about that. It's just our neighbors are out there having a snowball fight. What color was I working on? Because why did I do that? I think it was this one, but I'm not certain. Only one way to find out. Yeah, okay, it was the 10th one. Okay, I put the container back, and I never do that because always, if I do that, I forget which one I'm working on. Yawning like crazy today. I'm so tired. No, we got new mattresses, but I don't know. It's not helping my back any at night. I figured that's what was wrong, but my back still, a lot of times by the time I wake up, it still hurts in the morning. So I don't know. I can sleep for like 4 hours and then I wake up and can't go back to sleep. Why is sorry about that. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, just not getting enough sleep lately, and I've had the kids all the time. I gotta do laundry here in a little bit. I absolutely hate putting up laundry. So I do all the laundry and I leave it in the basket, and then Josh gets a little bit aggravated because it's not put away. But I'll have to put it away today because today's Friday. And I have to work this weekend, so I'll put all the laundry away, put it up. Probably gotta clean off one of my crafting tables that I had in the living room before I moved everything back here. Because we are gonna move some stuff over to that corner of the room in there to make us more room in our dining room area. So just some stuff that we need to do. My husband Josh drove his truck to work today, even though Tuesday it was. He took his mom to a doctor's appointment, and it started throwing the check engine light, and it was acting kind of weird. He made the appointment for it, but with the snow, he took the chance on driving the truck anyway, because of the fact that our little car that we have, our extra vehicle, it's a little Volkswagen. It definitely needs new tires. They're very bald. So with the snow, he didn't want to drive that to get to work today. So he's got an appointment to see what's wrong with the truck Wednesday. So we'll have Wednesday, whenever we go grocery shopping and stuff, we'll have to take my van. We'll just take the truck up there and drop it off. So I'll have to get my van cleaned out, at least the back of it. I've actually thought about setting it up as a camper again, and even though it's cold, I definitely want to go camping. I think I'm I'm having withdrawals from going camping. It's just like diamond painting. If I do not diamond paint at least once a day, I have withdrawals from it. It's like I can't think about anything else that I want to do. And I do like cross stitching. I'm so glad that I got sent those cross stitches, but diamond painting is my all-time favorite. Whenever I took Joshua to work today, I was gonna go up to the Walmart up there and see if they had those diamond paintings that you got, lazy retired granny, but since they told him not to come in, I didn't get to go up there because I was gonna stay up there and just wait on him. So in those cases, whenever that happens, y'all will just get a whip and chat from the van, which I've got it set up to where I can do that pretty easily now. Although most of the time I don't. Trying to think of some other things that's went on today. It actually does not feel that cold today, even though there is snow on the ground. I think I'm gonna go and I did have a breakfast sandwich for breakfast this morning. But I'm thinking about going in there here in a little bit and fixing a hot dog. It's just me and Joshua, my son, here today. Right now. So he can pretty much fend for himself and get whatever he wants to eat. So I'm just gonna put a hot dog in the air fryer. I know that sounds weird, but I like fixing my hot dogs in the air fryer. Or out on the grill, but it's way too cold to go out and put it on the grill today. Still have no clue what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. Okay, let's see. Now we get to get the alien symbol. Can you hear them out there? They are making a lot of noise out there, having a snowball fight. Oh, we've actually already been on here for 33 minutes. It amazes me sometimes how long I can sit here and talk to myself and not realize how much time has went by. I'm hoping that maybe I might get to do another whip and chat this weekend before I go to work. I'm not gonna make any promises though. Not at all. You know what? I did not check. Let me look at the settings on this real quick. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to make sure. Normally I have my headset plugged in, but I didn't plug it in today. I wanted to make sure what mic the setup was using. So I did that once before, and I went to listen back to my entire whip and chat, and it was gone. there was no sound at all whatsoever. The video all came up, but the sound was not there at all. And I'm still not sure how well I like the microphone on this webcam. So that's another thing I've got to figure out about this, whether or not what my real opinions are on this webcam. I may end up going back to my spare phone that I use all the time. And once I get over into this area over here, I can actually go ahead and pretty much set it up the way that I had my other one set up, even with the webcam. But I'm just not that sure yet. Probably get these done right here, and then I'll go ahead and let you go. Oh, I was gonna ask everybody, what did y'all make any New Year's resolutions? I really didn't make any resolutions. I am setting tiny goals, and I plan on doing that throughout the year. My first one, which, as I mentioned in the beginning of this, is I am drinking more water. And I need to keep my cup of coffee at 1 cup of coffee a day. So I'm trying to just do like smaller, healthier changes a little bit at a time. And that way I think it will be more achievable. Probably after I go 3 or 4 weeks with drinking more water, I might add something else to that, but right now that's what I'm doing. And believe it or not, I've actually lost like 3 pounds just drinking more water. So I don't want to set a complete New Year's resolution to say lose a whole bunch of weight and then be so disappointed in myself that I don't keep up to that. So I'm just doing little things, just a little bit at a time. And I'm hoping that that will work out pretty well. Although I may have to rename my coffee chat and lips to something else. What else would be a good name for them? So, anyway, let's see. Normally I can use this 2-placer just fine on here, but today it is not wanting to cooperate at all. In this pen right here, I'm still using my nano tape. And I think since I've gotten it, I've changed the nano tape out in this once. And it was just because it was still sticking after I cleaned it off, but I wasn't hearing that pop anymore. And I really like the pop sound that it makes whenever you place a drill down. So I have switched it out once. On my other painting over there, I'm just using one of my other pens that I use wax in. So This is the only painting that I've been using the nano tape on. Okay, so I finished with the alien symbol. Oh no, can you see that? I'm not sure I like this zoomed in that well because it's not that clear. But anyway, I finished with the alien symbol. And let me see if I can give you a little bit of a look at this before we go. Okay. Let's turn you back over here. And then we are going to zoom it back out. Now look. I know it's a mess down here. Please ignore that. But we are going to go ahead. Let me push this back just a little bit more so that it's actually not I'm having to move stuff off of the canvas so that I can pull this out. So you can try to see the whole thing. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Let's go ahead and put it down just a little bit so you can see the top of it. I know it's upside down. But see this, I wish that this remote on this webcam worked a lot better. And then we're back up to that part. Anyway, I really do like this painting. It's turning out really well. And hope everyone enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like, let me know what you think. I will see everyone later. Everyone take care. Bye.